You like the sound of it? Three nations, evil, all working together, fine.
The mind of the successful politician is a lot more like the mind of the successful artist than it is like the mind of the successful intellectual. It's a job of seeing new patterns and new possibilities, not of analyzing words and data.
But I'm committed to reducing the amount of nuclear weaponry.
Even within the worldview, the confines of the Bush-Cheney worldview, it was inane, it was stupid, didn't make any sense, you see? But nobody asked that question. This is what happens. You have an official statement by the president, which is inane and nonsensical.
And it's a struggle between good and it's a struggle between evil.
The media simply presents it, and the media's sheer presentation has a kind of authority. They raise no questions. They don't make the obvious point. They don't say, wait, whoa, what are you talking about?
Because I know what it means to put food on your family.
Huh? What the hell was that he just said?
We tend, each of us, to think, gee, maybe I'm the only one who thinks this. Or worse, maybe I'm crazy, you know?
Yesterday, a senior government official called the President of the United States a moron.
He's a friend of mine, and he's not a moron at all.
Will the government hold the official who called the President of the United States a moron accountable by demanding his or her resignation?
He is a well-educated guy, even though some people don't seem to think he is.
He's not well-educated, but he went to the good schools.
Certainly an advantage is not being too smart, because people don't like know-it-all. So for some people, to appear as an average Joe has a lot of benefits.
Candidates are not real people, they're trained puppets. So George Bush, for example, who's an elite Yale fraternity boy, is trained to make him look like he's a Texas roughneck. So he has to say heck and gosh and, you know, put a cowboy hat on.
He acts as if he's speaking to children.
We cannot wait for the final proof, the smoking gun that could come in the form of a mushroom cloud.
We all fall for it. I mean, are we stupid? No!
Could the leader of the free world be the lowest common denominator? He couldn't be an idiot because he was elected, although some dispute that. He's not an imbecile because he hardly ever falls down.
Bush is not a moron, and to call him that is grossly incorrect.
Like Fubar, he knew how to play a regular guy. Like Adam Sandler, he knows how to hide his intelligence. He's a man of action, and he likes war a lot. Would a smart guy play dumb to get ahead? And if so, what does that say about our world?
If someone said to me I was an enormous idiot, I would say thank you very much. Well, I got the idea for my book, Ignorance is Bliss, pretty much for my own life. I was sad and confused, and I was trying to find a solution. And eventually I realized that admitting you have a problem isn't the solution, it's the problem. So when you think about something, you're just causing damage to yourself. I thought a lot about thinking, and I eventually decided it was best not to think. My slogan is, a mind is a terrible thing. Unfortunately, since we came down from the trees, the society forces you to think at a very young age, so you have to instill a willful stupidity, which is ignorance. If you saw a herd of cows, people think cows are stupid, I think it's generally agreed. Would those cows be happier knowing that they were cows and that they would be milked and then slaughtered? No, they wouldn't be happier from that. So why would people be happier knowing that their life is pointless? It's actually thinking that's caused all the damage. You don't see fish burning coal, for example, or creating missiles. Fish swim and they do it well. But it's actually, I think, intelligence that has gotten people into trouble. And we'd all be a lot better off if we just stopped doing that. You have to retrain yourself to stop thinking, to stop wondering. And my book, of course, has a 7-step program to relieve you of thinking. And not only just thinking, emotions as well. You could be back to being a true idiot within a week. Stop thinking is the first step in my program. It's probably the simplest and the most important. Because if you want to become stupid and ignorant, the first thing you have to do is stop thoughts from entering your brain. You're drunk and you drive a car and you have an accident. The natural inclination is to blame yourself for this when it's not your fault. And when you blame yourself, then you start thinking again. So you have to stop that. Instead, you shift the blame to things like the bar, forcing you to drink, car companies for creating cars that can damage telephone poles, and especially the telephone companies for putting telephone poles on the road, which you could run into. Once you let go of emotions and you stop thinking, then you have to stop feeling things like love. If you build walls, they will be stuck outside forever. Most people think that challenge is good, but challenge is bad. When children are told that they can be anything they want to be, it's just a lifetime of tragedy. They're told that they can be smart, that they can be handsome or pretty. If you go to a shopping mall and look at the children, most of them are stupid and ugly. The most important thing to do about denying is to deny to yourself that you have denied. It's a very hard mental state to be in. So once you deny something because you have to protect yourself, then you have to quickly forget that you ever denied anything. If you do manage to reach that moment of pure stupidity, you will actually never know it.
What have we learned today? When it comes to stupidity, we may be a little ignorant. As ordinary unelected people, we may be a bunch of idiots. We really don't know what's going on, but we need to pretend we do. Even the smartest people can be stupid, and sometimes the smartest are the stupidest. Why would a smart person want to watch a stupid documentary? I don't. Because some people who think they're smart are probably stupid, and some people who act stupid are probably smarter than they appear. With so much blatant stupidity in the world, why has there never been an intelligent investigation? I'll tell you. I don't know.
Who in the world cannot look at their life and see the stupid things that they've done?
We tend to think that we're so much more evolved than we actually are, but we're not, you know? Darwin, I'm sure, still tried to convince Mrs. Darwin to have bum sex.
I've done stupid things. I'm sure you've done stupid things.
We're really terrified of people discovering that we're stupid. So I just admit it.
And you suddenly realize how stupid you really are too often. But once you get familiar with it, it becomes interesting because you start getting more comfortable with the whole idea.
It's interesting to me how ashamed most people are of just being. Just being.
I shouldn't be falling into despair just because I'm stupid. Well, aren't we all?
The lowest common denominators are the viewers, not television itself.
First you have to, I think, as a person, just knock it off with yourself and admit what a doofus you are.
Doofus at all.
I was stupid.
I'm stupid.
Stupid.
So stupid.
The
moron.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Stunned.
Stupid.
Stupidity. That's dumb right there.
Duh.
Dumb.
Stupid.
Stupidity.
And then, I think you can start to get wise then.
Really?
Scott became
We got blankets, right? We got to shake the snow off. Cardboard sucks the water.
Columbus made history, thinking some island was in General Custer's a national hero for not knowing when to run. All of these men are famous, and they're also very dumb. History is made by stupid people. Clever people wouldn't even try. If you want a place in the history books, then do something dumb before you die. Nobility are famous for no reason. Marry and